In this very lesson, we want to look at the reverse or back bearing. Remember, we are still on the same topic, bearing. So in finding the reverse or back bearing, we are going to make use of two methods. So here are two examples on the board that we are going to look at it. Let's start with this particular example. It says that if the bearing of x from y is 45 degrees, we should find the bearing of y from x. Though this is what? A back bearing or a reverse bearing. So as I said, we are going to make use of what? Two methods. So we have method 1. So in the first method, it says that if the angle given is less than 180, we add the angle given to 180 to give us the back bearing. Also, if the angle given is greater than 180, we subtract 180 from the angle given to give us the back bearing. So looking at this, the angle given is less than 180, so we are going to add it to 180 to give us the back bearing. Now the angle given is 45, so we have 45 degrees plus what? 180 degrees, and that gives us what? 225 degrees. So the bearing of y from x is 225 degrees. Let's look at method 2. So with the method 2, we are going to make use of a sketched diagram. We are going to sketch diagram to find the reverse bearing. So we are saying that the bearing of x from y is 45 degrees. So the first thing is to draw our cardinal point. You know that this is our north pole, our south, east, and then what? West. And we always start measuring from the geographical north in a clockwise direction. And 45 degrees will fall in this particular quadrant, right? So we have this, and then we draw. So we are saying that the bearing of x from y. So the bearing of x from y is what? 45 degrees. Now I want to find the bearing of y from x, So the bearing is going to take place here. So with that, we are going to draw our cardinal point like this. And then we start measuring from the north in a clockwise direction. So we are going to have this up to this particular point. Now we know that from the north to the south pole, it gives us what? 180 degrees. So it means from here to here, we are having 180 degrees. But we don't know the angle from the south pole to this terminal. We don't know. So let's call it. So with this particular angle, we are going to make use of the alternate angle concept under the angle properties of power line. So with that, you can see that this angle alternates with this angle. Therefore, we can say that this angle is equal to this angle. So angle S is equal to 45 degrees. So to find the whole of this angle, we are going to add 45 degrees to 180. So we are going to have 45 degrees plus 180 degrees. That gives us what? 225 degrees. As easy as that. So these are the two methods that we can use to find the reverse or back bearing. Let's look at one more example. We are saying that if the bearing of P from Q is 245 degrees, we want to find the bearing of Q from P. So let's use the first method. So with method 1, it says that if the angle given is greater than 180 degrees, what we do is that we subtract 180 from the angle given. So looking at this, the angle given is greater than 180 degrees. So we are going to subtract 180 from this. So we have theta minus 180 degrees. Our angle is what? 245. And this is going to give us what? 065 degrees. Now let's look at method 2. So with method 2, we are going to make use of what? Diagrams to find the bearing of Q from P. So the first thing that we are going to draw is to draw our cardinal points. So we have our north pole, south, east, and then west. We are saying that if the bearing of P from Q is 245, now with bearing, we start measuring from the north in a clockwise direction. So we have the north is here, we are going to move in this particular direction. 2, 4, 5 will fall into each of the quadrants. It will fall into this particular quadrant. So we are going to move from the north up to this particular quadrant. The bearing of P from Q. So Q will be here and then P will be here. Now I want to find the bearing of Q from P. So we are saying Q from P. We want to find the bearing from here. So we are going to draw our cardinal point as usual, and then we find our bearing of Q from P. So we are going to start from the geographical north in a clockwise direction. So we want to find this particular angle. Let's call it theta. Now with this, you know that the whole of this angle is 245 degrees. And we know that the measure of the angle from the north to the south pole is what? 180 degrees. So to find the angle between the south pole and the terminal line, what must we do? We have to subtract 180 from 245 to give us this particular angle. So we are going to have 245 minus what? 180. That gives us what? 65 degrees. So it means that this particular angle is what? 65 degrees. Now applying alternate angle concept, we can say that this angle is alternate to this particular angle. Therefore, angle theta is equal to 65 degrees. So the bearing of Q from P is what? 65 degrees. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.